Hello, welcome to this update for Oceania. Let's take a look of some cold fronts that will impact parts of Australia these next few days, especially this weekend throughout July 19th and July 20th. We'll have some strong fronts, spots of Australia into New Zealand, but especially in Australia. So now is July 18th, Friday. We have this front in the ocean just south of Western Australia, and also another system near the east coast. Slightly like almost an extratropical cyclone, a low pressure system. So let's see. First, around here, Western Australia shows this front goes into Tasmania, so especially around Saturday, tomorrow, be careful. In Tasmania, some more rain and possibly a little bit of snow, but especially rain. And then this goes, and then there'll be this big boy here approaching Western Australia Sunday. Shows this goes, especially later into Sunday, this big front goes right into Western Australia. This might produce some heavy rain and some wind, especially across Perth, spots further south of Perth, especially like right on the southwesternmost corner, especially. And then Sunday, this goes into Monday, so still shows Monday morning, some rain throughout Western Australia. And then goes into Monday afternoon, shows this goes further east with some rain across southern South Australia, but not that much, but still shows more rain into Victoria Monday and Tuesday, especially Tuesday, South Australia into Victoria. Still shows next Wednesday morning some rain New South Wales on the 23rd. So be aware, and after that we might have more, but it's kind of far out. So be aware in those areas, especially across Western Australia. There's the GFS does show like Saturday into Sunday. These approaches on Sunday and shows some heavy rain in a few spots as well as this front crosses. Let's see the wind. So there's like slightly stronger gusts now in the ocean because of this big front further south in the ocean. This goes tomorrow, Saturday in Tasmania. Expect some stronger winds as well. So, especially like on the west coast, stronger, but throughout most of Tasmania. The European model has wind gusts close to 107 km per gusts. Shows like spots of western Tasmania to 109 near the coast, so be careful in those areas. Further into Victoria, some 85 km per gust to 87. So this is still around Saturday afternoon. Later shows further into eastern Tasmania, the Europeans as high as 113 km per gust. So stay safe into Saturday night. A little bit better, but still some wind. And then for Sunday into Monday shows like the westernmost tip of southern Tasmania, some gusts again. So be careful in those areas. Just compare the GFS. Shows like does show some strong gusts in Tasmania too, but just like around some 80 km per gust, nowhere near what the European showed. But does show like some moments there, 384, close to 90 in a few localized spots. So be careful, those damaging winds. Stay safe, especially throughout Saturday until Saturday night. And then in Western Australia for Sunday, show like Saturday, these approaches, this front might start kicking up some rough surf as it gets close by, so be careful. This goes there Sunday, shows spots of Western Australia, some 81, some 80 km per gust further in inland areas across Perth, some 73 Pargas, some 83 and more spots there further south near the coast. So be careful into Sunday night, still strong around the coast, especially across the southern coast there of Australia, and South Australia shows slightly stronger into Monday morning. So beware Sunday there into Monday. As this front goes further east, this cyclone will be very strong in the Southern Ocean. So this front might have some active winds. Shows across South Australia, close to 90 km per gust. By Monday afternoon, some 89 to 90 shows in the coast of South Australia very strong as well. So Monday, this goes into Victoria. By Tuesday mornings, some stronger gusts, central Victoria possible, and and Tasmania once again not as strong as the front tomorrow, but still some localized stronger gusts next Tuesday to Wednesday. So be careful in those areas. There's the axis for comparison, so shows like Friday to Saturday, the front in Tasmania. The axis is quite strong in a few spots in Tasmania. Saturday close to 102 km per gust in a few spots, but still the European was stronger. So shows Saturday to Sunday, Western Australia does show some spots to 79 km per gust, just south of Perth, and then shows more spots in the southern coast, close to 70 as well, Sunday to Monday. This goes, and you might pick up stronger around South Australia Monday afternoon. So beware because it shows the stronger gusts going far inland all the way to southern Northern Territory. Some stronger gusts Monday afternoon and night. So beware. This goes into Tuesday and likely near Tasmania again. So be careful in those areas. Stay safe. Here, let's see if it shows something in this high resolution model. So shows like this front approaches Tasmania already by Saturday morning. Shows some localized spots there to 98 km per gust in the mountains, and then this goes into Saturday. This model is very high resolution, so sometimes it might show some very strong things that might sound exaggerated, but it's very reliable because it captures every detail. But let's see here, it does have spots to 109 km per gust Saturday afternoon, even to like 114, some localized spots, even higher than the European model. So Saturday, this keeps going. Later gets better by the night, but still shows some strong gusts. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. For rainfall, accumulation does show through like now until Saturday night. Shows doesn't show too much terms of accumulation, but some 22 millimeters, a few spots higher possible. So be careful. And like the 5 days here of the European does show across southwestern Australia some 56 around Perth, just south of Perth 66 millimeters. So be careful. Might be a little bit heavier in some areas there, and across the southern coast close to 60 as well. More spots of southwestern Australia and also through southern South Australia, some rain and a little bit more in Tasmania. So be careful. And this this extratropical cyclone on the east coast will just move away towards the east, southeast, but still it will cause some impacts in some areas. I'll show you right now. So it shows like this is causing some showers in spots in New South Wales and Queensland, like today, Friday, and Lord Howe Island, especially in Lord Howe Island. Be careful, some heavy rain and strong wind gusts. This goes, the heart of this front passes through like Lord Howe Island into Saturday morning, so stay safe. And then the front goes into Burnt Pine. Be careful Saturday to Sunday morning. Might some heavy rain, strong winds in Burnt Pine. So prepare in those areas as well. Be careful. And the cold front associated with this will also affect New Caledonia. So Saturday is into Saturday night shows some stronger storms in New Caledonia because of this. So be careful. And then Saturday into Sunday still shows the remnants of the front around San Vanuatu and those areas. So be aware, Sunday still some passing showers and storms central northern Vanuatu and a few spots. The European does want this huge front to form on the 22nd towards southern Fiji and Tonga. This might cause problems if it does, but that's still far. We'll keep watching. So stay safe. And here there's the GFS as well. Shows like this goes through Lord Howe Island, burnt pie, some storms into New Caledonia. So stay safe in those areas. And I also put a translation in French for New Caledonia in the description. So be aware. Let's see how New Zealand is doing with this now. So now Friday shows some snow in the South Island with this small front, some rain as well. So Friday this goes into Saturday, still some snow in the mountains until Saturday afternoon. And then that doesn't show too much. Shows Sunday a few isolated showers, and like shows us a small front Monday across the southernmost areas, but like just a few showers too. Remains kind of quiet until Tuesday. Shows there, and your next bigger front might come later, around the 26th in the South Island, and possibly later on the 28th might be very big, but that's like 1 week or more away, so don't focus on that too much. But this week looks fairly calm around New Zealand, except for some showers, a little bit of snow in the South Island, and a few occasional small fronts, especially in the south. The GFS shows a similar thing too, like a few isolated showers, sometimes in Auckland as well, especially Sunday morning. And then this goes another small front in the south, Sunday into Monday. Some showers in Waitani because the spinning low pressure system to the southwest, to the southeast. So be aware, a few showers. And then this goes still by Tuesday, a few showers in the North Island. Wednesday, the 23rd, shows after Thursday, the 24th, a possible front like next Friday, the 25th. But still, the front kind of weakens just to the south of New Zealand, so it might not bring much. But on the 27th to the 28th, the GFS is also this bigger front possible. So we'll keep watching the time frame, but this week now is mainly calm, so be aware. But let's check some wingers with this system near Eastern Australia. So that shows some strong gusts in Lord Howe Island, just 62 km per gust, and occasionally higher. This goes in Burnt Pine, expects some higher gusts as well. And then does show even to 67 or 70 km per gust momentarily in New Caledonia. Not so much, but those thunderstorms might have some strong gusts with the front, so be careful. But the show until Monday is slightly more wind in Burnt Pine, so be aware. Monday, Tuesday still shows there, and possibly on the 22nd around Tonga, those areas. So we'll keep watching. Be aware. There's this low pressure system spinning north of New Zealand, shows some wind in the ocean, might cause more rough surf, but this goes, the winds around New Zealand are fairly calm, except for a few spots, maybe in the northeast and to Waitani. But Monday shows here this small front passes south of New Zealand with some wind. The 21st shows strongest in Waitani on the 22nd, so be careful there. might be close to 90 km per gust in a few spots. So this goes will still calm around New Zealand, mainly because of this high pressure system. So there's this area of high pressure and the storms come around it. So this is keeping the weather stable there. But then this goes, this high pressure starts moving somewhat further east. So by like the 25th, all right, shows that around northern New Zealand, so more fronts can penetrate the south, some shore gusts on the 25th, but by the 26th, 27th, these high pressure systems are further east, making way for this big front on the 28th I showed. But yeah, that's still too far out. But for now, you're doing fairly good because of this high pressure system. So be aware. And yeah, for snow shows like from Friday to today until next Wednesday, the 23rd, shows spots in New Zealand to 1 centimeter, spots further south to like 2 centimeters in a few mountains. Some areas might have a little bit of freezing rain in the higher mountains, but very little. So be aware. This goes shows some like northern parts than the South Island. So stay safe. And later until August 1st, alright, it shows more in many areas, but that's too far. So be aware. Tasmania just until the 23rd, like next 5 days, already shows to 20 centimeters of snow those areas. So be careful. Until Monday, already shows like close to 12 centimeters. So this mainly from the front on Saturday, because if I put it until like next 16 hours, barely shows anything. Until Sunday already shows. So be aware this snow in Tasmania, especially the strong wind gusts plus the snow might make visibility very bad. So stay safe and a little bit into New South Wales, but very little. And if I put until August 1st, already shows a lot across New South Wales, Victoria and to Tasmania. But this is too far, so let's not look that far. But I'm noticing something very odd here. Let's see if you can notice it as well. Right here across southwestern Australia, the European is showing 2 centimeters of snow next 5 days. And this area usually doesn't get snow. So this is an interesting feature. The GFS zero, the icon also zero. The axis, the axis is kind of like in the ocean, it's like half a centimeter of snow, like 0.3 in some inland spots, Western Australia. So the axis is kind of, but the European is an outlier sometimes because many times the European shows snow in weird places and all the other models don't. So if I put it until Monday, it already shows a little bit. So let's keep watching. This might happen or might not, but there might be like half a centimeter or something in a few locations, but nothing really that important. But yeah, so be aware. And those temperatures here will be something very interesting. So here's this map from the European model. Shows like the above and below average temperatures further up in the atmosphere. So it shows like this is high up in the atmosphere, but it can indicate some periods of cold weather and hot weather down at the surface too. So it does show now slightly below average in the blue parts of central to southern Australia and above average in the north. But these cold fronts passing through southern Australia slightly less. But you can see this very dark blue there in the ocean. By Sunday, this goes, and this way below average temperatures will go into southwestern Australia behind this cold front. So you won't get that cold, but it definitely will get colder across southwestern Australia. Sunday to Monday, this goes And by Tuesday, this cold is already into Eastern Australia and like South Australia and those areas, but it loses some strength because there across Western Australia it's way below average, but by Eastern Australia it's not that below average, but still slightly below average. This goes and still shows more below average temperatures later on the 24th, Western Australia. Potentially the European model show now a big cold dome of below average temperatures. I just invented that term across Central Australia. So this is possible because of the polar vortex that I mentioned in the last video about the stratospheric warming event. So be aware. And this goes Friday into the other Saturday, the 26th, still kind of below average. So we'll keep watching this and be aware in those areas. So starting with New Zealand and southeastern Australia, still shows right now Friday night and some spots in New Zealand sun active temperatures, some -2, some 12 degrees, more spots across New South Wales, some -1 degree, but this goes get slightly colder during the night into Saturday morning. Shows like during the night even some -4 southeastern Australia, 0 in Canberra, spots in New Zealand to -3, central North Island into the South Island as well, and some 9 degrees in Auckland and some 11 in Sydney. So be aware Friday this goes in the very early hours, shows even creeping further north this cold. So stay safe in more spots in central southern New Zealand. So beware Friday shows in the afternoon does warm up more, but to like 16 to 18 degrees spots in the interior of Australia. It shows like New Zealand some -7, some -8 still in the mountains, and then this goes into Saturday night. Does show very cold, much of the South Island with 1 degree in Christchurch, more spots like -12 in the mountains, like central North Island as well, and across Tasmania, especially central Tasmania, some active temperatures, and like for New South Wales, some -2, some -1, even southern Brisbane to some 6 degrees. So be aware, Saturday, Sunday shows like still in the early hours of Sundays, some very cold temperatures across like southern New Zealand to New South Wales. So be careful in Tasmania. So Sunday afternoon does increase slightly across southeastern Australia. Some 11 degrees, 7 degrees in the mountains, still 4 degrees in the coldest areas, but further north you go, gets warmer. New Zealand still coldish, even during the day, so be aware. And then Sunday night into Monday still shows Monday morning in central to southern New Zealand, nearly 0 degrees in Christchurch on the European model, so some -10, some 8 degrees in Wellington, and 7 in Auckland. So shows New South Wales too, some -2 spots in Victoria, and still in Tasmania, some 2 degrees. So Sunday does show Monday afternoon slightly warmer, like central to eastern Australia, a few inland spots there, still coldish in New Zealand, so beware. But if you start noticing Sunday, this cold front starts coming into the picture Monday to Tuesday across central to eastern Australia. So this goes and still shows like ahead of this cold front, there will be slightly warmer air. So this does keep New South Wales stable during the night. So probably not that cold as the days before, but still around New Zealand, very cold in the mountains and surrounding areas. But Monday, this does increase in Queensland ahead of that cold front, even to like 23 degrees, 24, not northern New South Wales. But Tuesday and Wednesday might get colder interior of Victoria, spots of New South Wales into Tasmania, and still southern New Zealand colder there. But this high pressure system by Tuesday will be right over you, so you won't get too cold, but still cold. So Tuesday, Wednesday does get cold again by Wednesday night, New South Wales on the 23rd into Tasmania and Victoria. So be careful. And every time you see like this color blue, be careful with frost. And even if it's not negative temperatures, be careful with frost. And then frost and like be careful the wind chills that feels like temperatures that might feel colder than this. So Wednesday, Thursday, this goes, it doesn't get too cold, just like selective temperatures still during the night, but not that cold. But stay safe, especially like today, Friday, until Monday will be very cold in those areas and New Zealand. So be careful with frost in New Zealand as well in those areas. Mm, And now for Central to Western Australia, does shows like those warm to hot temperatures. Northwestern Australia, there in the tropics. So Friday, this goes already southwestern Australia, slightly colder during the nights on 7 degrees in Perth, 3 degrees further inland, and parts of the Northern Territory are even to 4 degrees in Alice Springs and more areas in Queensland, so it's still quite cold for Saturday morning. So Friday afternoon does increase again. Northwestern Australia, those areas there Saturday, and doesn't get too cold Sunday morning because the cold front still further out to sea, but it's already very cold in inland areas, especially in the southeast, like I showed you before. So Sunday shows like this warm air ahead of the cold front. So you might get a little bit of warmth before the cold comes. So slightly warmer, especially northern Australia. So Sunday, this goes, shows Monday's this front crosses, slightly colder in the southwest and warmer ahead of the front. But this goes does show portions of Western Australia to like 2 degrees, even like 1 degree during the night in a few areas. Tuesday, so this goes still warmer in the afternoon further north, and then Wednesday morning, like wait, the minimum temperatures by Wednesday morning around 5 a.m. does show some 0 degrees spots in South Australia, Southern Northern Territory, into Western Australia. So be aware in those areas, more spots for Western Australia. So this goes and still colder, like in the far southwest, some 3 degrees by by Thursday the 24th. So be aware in those areas, and yeah, be careful those temperatures. So here in the rest of Oceania does show like some passing showers across a few areas of Samoa, French Polynesia. So Friday into Saturday shows a couple of fronts just south of French Polynesia, but in the main islands there, it's kind of calm. So Monday, still some storm systems near Tonga, Fiji, and the Cook Islands. Tuesday, the 22nd, especially in Tonga. So I recommend you keep monitoring this for Tuesday. And still by Wednesday, the 23rd, around the Cook Islands, this front, and it doesn't quite reach French Polynesia, but the few remnants of it might reach Papeete some rain on the 26th, but nothing too crazy there. And later still show stuff in Tonga and Fiji. So be aware, and still slightly heavier rain across the Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea. So Friday shows like still some passing showers into Tuvalu, northern Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands. So Saturday, Sunday, the internet is very slow here, but let's see Sunday into Monday. And as this kind of goes towards Fiji and Tonga on Tuesday, especially Tonga, but be careful those showers and storms around the Solomon Islands and those areas. So from Friday today until Wednesday, the 23rd, shows like some accumulation in New Caledonia because of that front I showed you before. Some showers and storms around the Solomon Islands. Nothing too heavy, but some showers and storms show slightly heavier Papua New Guinea, close to 100 meters, a few spots, especially like the Marshall Islands and Micronesia are very heavy this time of year. So be aware, like most of the Marshall Islands, the northernmost Kiribati, more showers and storms. Southern Kiribati, some lighter showers, but especially northern areas, and a few storms. So be aware. Across Tonga shows some 93 millimeters. The system on Tuesday might be higher in a few spots. So be aware in southern Fiji especially, but some showers in central Fiji as well. So be aware. French Polynesia is very calm. Just further south you go more fronts, but very calm. And yeah, so stay safe. Slightly more rain in Adamstown, more areas in Mauritania Sud, but still light. Nothing too crazy. So stay safe in those areas. Be aware around southeastern Indonesia as well. And yeah, be careful those fronts, these temperatures and everything. And the image of the day is this big storm I saw in the ocean a few days ago.